Hey Warriors fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into another weekly video here on Chat Sports covering the Golden State Warriors. Now, we know that free agency is basically over in the NBA, but at the same time, there are still some names on the board that could still potentially sign with the Golden State Warriors, and also get into some news and rumors as well a little bit later on. Again, I'm Thomas Mott. Let's jump right into the first name. Trey Burke is another name that we're hearing out in Golden State. Played the Knicks and Mavs last year. Could be another scorer off the bench. Right? Remember, the Warriors are going to need scorers off the bench because we've lost a couple of our main bench pieces in free agency this year, and he's only 26 years old. Remember, 2018, 2019 stats for Trey Burke, playing 58 games, like that, 10.9 points per game, 34% from three, and I think he had, 3.6 assists per game. Could be another scorer off the bench to replace, as I keep saying, Quinn Cook, and of course, he's not going to replace Andre or Iggy, but at the same time, could be another body, another hole that could be filled. These are names we're hearing. The Avery Bradley one makes the most sense. Right, the Avery Bradley one is one that I would actually, kind of put money on the Warriors really taking a good look at here. The others are just some names as well that, like, all right, they like this, then they might like that. They like this guy, then they don't get him, maybe bring in that guy. We're still in the middle of, technically, of free agency because teams are still trying to fill their holes. And so there are three names that could potentially be Golden State Warriors at some point during the 2019-2020 season. All right, question. Would you be interested in the Warriors, or who would you be interested out of these three for the Warriors to sign for 2019 out of the free agent class that's available right now? Is there another name that I missed? You can always throw that up in the comment section down below. But out of these three, I'm very curious who you guys think could be a good addition for the Warriors. And I'll also say this, Warriors fans, for the first time, we're going to do a Warriors mailbag, a Golden State Warriors mailbag. I will answer all of your Golden State Warriors questions in an upcoming video, so all you have to do is go down below, use the hashtag Warriors or hashtag Dubs, that works as well. I will read the comments and I will make a video answering all of your questions. Get some good ones, right? I mean, whatever you guys want to talk about in terms of Golden State, comment down below with the hashtag Warriors and I will get to them in an upcoming video. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, a couple of news and rumors videos to get here, or a couple of news and rumors hits to get here, which are actually kind of interesting. Number one is the thought of bringing back Andre Iguodala. Yes, like this is actually being talked about in the whole news and rumors landscape of the Golden State Warriors. So remember, just to refresh, Golden State Warriors traded Andre Iguodala to the Grizzlies to make room for D'Angelo Russell, right? Had to get rid of Iggy to have enough money to bring in bring in D'Angelo Russell. Now, right now, the Mavs and Rockets are reportedly very interested in making a trade for Andre. Now, there are some scenarios where the Grizzlies could actually buy out Iggy's contract, but from a Grizzlies standpoint, doesn't make a lot of sense. They're going to try and flip him and use him for trade bait for a team like the Mavs, like the Rockets, maybe the Lakers if they actually had assets, but still, neither here nor there. So to make a return to Golden State happen, two things would either have to happen. So he'd have to get bought out by the Grizzlies right now and then signed for very, very cheap with Golden State, which is unlikely. Or he gets traded to a team like the Mavericks or Rockets. It doesn't work out, right? Like their season isn't going well, the Mavericks aren't as good as we thought they'd be, or the Rockets have a rough season. Then they buy out Iggy's contract, and then Iggy's a free agent at some point in 2019, and then boom, he's free to sign with the Golden State Warriors. Now again, the stats don't jump out at you, right? 5.7 points per game, 3.2 assists. Did play in 68 games last year and shot 33% from three, but we all know how important he has been to the Golden State Warriors in the past. The issue for me is he went on the Breakfast Club. We talked about this, saying that, hey, I had a fractured leg. The team covered it up, called it a bone bruise. I'm not, really kind of throwing the Warriors underneath the bus. So could he return? Yes. Will he return? Probably not. Would he want to return? That's a tough one. It'd have to be his love for the coach, Steve Kerr, and also it's probably his love for Klay and Steph to actually make it happen, because I think the upper management at Golden State, he's really not a big fan of. But it's interesting to speculate, right? You never know. It could happen. For me, it's more likely that another team trying to win a championship this year makes a move and either, trades for him or, does the whole buyout situation. I mean, he's not going to be a Memphis Grizzly this year, which, we all kind of know that, but I'm curious where Andre Iguodala is going to end up going into 2019. All right, moving on here. We talked about this a little bit in recent videos. trading D'Angelo Russell. Do we want to do it? Do we not want to do it? The rumors are starting to kind of swirl around here. So remember, the Warriors traded for D'Angelo Russell basically after they lost Kevin Durant to the Nets. It was a sign and trade, but when you lose Kevin Durant's money, then they had the ability to go out and get D'Angelo Russell. And speculation continues to rise here about the Warriors trying to trade D'Angelo Russell this season. I have two teams that are interested. Detroit and Houston are also interested in bringing in D'Angelo Russell. Now, I will say this. They're both very interested in bringing in Russell Westbrook as well, who currently right now is trying to be traded from Oklahoma City. So, at the same time, we sit here, these are teams that could possibly use a point guard going forward, so trading for D'Angelo Russell could make a lot of sense. My question is, are the Golden State Warriors going to try to use D'Angelo Russell? If it doesn't work out, then trade him? Are they going to try and trade him right now because they don't want him at all? Or are they actually legitimately going, hey, he's an all-star. He's a great guard to go in the backcourt with Steph Curry. We're keeping him. We're building around him. Him, Steph, and future Klay when he gets back is a potent big three. I don't know what the Warriors are thinking, but I do know Detroit and Houston are listed as teams that are speculating but potentially be trading partners if they were to shop D'Angelo Russell. Russell's stats, you can see on the screen right now, 81 games last season, 21 points per game, 7 assists per game, and shot 36% from three. Absolutely fantastic, right? There's a reason he was an all-star in the Eastern Conference, only 23 years old. I've said on this show that it was confusing when they made the trade, but at the same time, it makes sense from a standpoint of, hey, another guard, you can play Steph off the ball, he's 23 years old, and like I said, trade assets, if you had to get rid of them, some team will pay big bucks to have an all-star point guard who's under the age of 25. So question time, do you want the Warriors to keep Russell long-term? I'm curious. Type Y for yes, N for no down below. Do you want him to stay long-term? Do you want to get rid of him for assets? I think the majority of us would want him to stay long-term just to see what he can do. And then once we see what he can do, then we can make our decision. It's like, yeah, it doesn't work with Steph. Or it's like, oh yeah, great move. Definitely worked out with Steph Curry. So we will see going forward. Final bit of news here. Back to Andre Iguodala. They're going to retire his number. Right, the number 9, Iggy's number 9, is going to be retired by the Golden State Warriors. Of course, they traded him to Memphis. We already mentioned that to make room, essentially, for D'Angelo Russell. The Warriors owner released a statement saying that, hey, we appreciate all he's done. He's a Warrior for life. We're going to retire his number 9, which of course he's worn in Golden State since his arrival in 2013. Listen, we already mentioned the stats. You can throw up his 2019 stats this past year, but really, the Finals MVP, the defensiveness or the defensive prowess that he brought, and really the leadership that Iguodala brought as well, I think it's crucial to the Warriors' championship runs over the past couple of years. Right? Would we have done it at the same time? Yeah, we had KD. All right, the KD year, back to back. I mean, Iggy was a big part, but he wasn't. You have Kevin, you have Klay, you have Steph. But you go back to that first championship when he won his Finals MVP, guarding LeBron James, he was critical and crucial to that squad. I am all for them retiring his number 9. To me, it makes a lot more sense retiring his number 9 than retiring Durant's number 35, which apparently they're going to do as well. Both are interesting. Both are curious. Both are interesting. One is curious. It is Durant. Iggy makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of you guys will agree and share a lot of love for what he did in a Golden State uniform to bring championships to the Bay Area. All right, wrap up with this. I already mentioned it. Warriors fans, get your mailbag questions in now by going down below this video, #Warriors, asking me questions, and in a future Warriors video here on Chat Sports, I will answer all of the questions that I have time for, which could be rapid fire. We could do a bunch. So get all your questions in down below using the #Warriors, and then be sure to subscribe to Chat Sports. That way you're notified whenever my next Warriors videos do drop. So again, there's your Warriors news and rumors for today. Be sure to stay tuned. Plenty more to come in the weeks coming up. It's still off season, but plenty of news to always get into. For Chat Sports, I'm Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, Warriors fans.